All right, guys, Good Boy 32 here. Check it out. I know I said I wasn't going to do a box opening on this guy right here, but I just can't help myself because, one, the CZ line is absolutely one of my favorite little firearms. And secondly, I belong to a unique group of people that live by the motto of hashtag CZ for life. So, in any case, thanks Big Johnson. He's the guru. Pops Quest, you're the man. And I would like to give a shout out to the Big Scab Ugly because he's coming up with some really cool replacement pieces for these thread protectors. So I'll put the links down to their channels down below, or at least Scab Uglies. You're the man. So you're going to get a little shout out here. So anyway, all right, let's take a look at this thing. So here's the box. This is the CZ P-07 in Urban Gray. Now, first of all, let's just go over the contents real quickly. This thing right here. Secondly, we've got some additional base plates for the magazines, which will go ahead and shorten this thing. I'll tell you the reason why I'm not going to put these on here in a few seconds. Then you've got warranty information, probably one of the best set of instructions you've seen in the market, the target that was sent to us from the factory, and that's it. Other than that, you get a couple little cleaning brushes and cleaning rods. First of all, let's talk about a few additional items it comes with. It comes with two 17-round magazines. Now, I know on the video the other day I said 15 rounds because, hell, I wasn't thinking it right at the time, but we got 15 rounds in the mag. If you put the original base plate in with the +2 conversion on there, you get 17 rounds. Comes with two additional back straps, and they're labeled here, medium, large, and small. Now, even on this guy right here, I left a small on there because I do like to get a great purchase on there. My hands are big, but I like having a small back strap on there. I like getting a hold of this thing. So we're going to keep it consistent with this guy right here. You got a little Allen wrench right here. Now, let me tell you something real quickly. What this Allen wrench is used for is this front sight adjustment tool. But, guys, when you get one of these things directly from the factory, go ahead and check the tension and the secureness of your sights, because even on the P-09, and I talked to a couple of other people, Big Johnson, his rear sights were loose. And as a matter of fact, this guy right here is a little loose right now, and you're going to have to provide your own Allen wrench for that purpose right here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there and torque it down just a little bit. There we go. All right. So now she's good and secure. Okay, put that thing back in there. Secondly, what you're going to get is you're going to get the Omega conversion kit to go from a decocker to a safety situation where you can carry the firearm in a condition 1, where it's locked and cocked just like this. Now, in order to maintain consistency between these two firearms, I will probably go ahead and transfer this guy out from the decocker to where I can carry it locked and cocked. Well, do I carry it locked and cocked? While it's in a holster and it's a carry weapon, probably not. I'll go ahead and just carry it in a position where I can shoot from a double action only, or a double action. And then in competition, you can go ahead and bring it back and carry it in a locked and cocked condition 1. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Pretty cool. That's it. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away, and let's talk about this little booger specifically. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. We got a P-07. Well, what do we got here? We've got a nice little pistol that holds 17 rounds, and it is a convenient carry. The barrel is 4.86 inches in length. It's also cold hammer forged, and you got a really nice nitride finish up here on this slide. Now, in all my videos that I do, you normally will hear me I go from the rear to the front, and a bunch of my friends make fun of me for that, but it's the way you do things so that you're in depth. Let's take a look at this thing from the bottom. First of all, let's go ahead and inject the magazine, but before we do, I want you to take a look at this. Now, I have a very large hand, and one of the reasons why I'll keep these extensions on there is because this creates a perfect contour for my hand to sit underneath this thing. The one thing I am going to switch out is I will go with an extended mag release. When I order the mag release and the mag well for this guy right here, I'll go ahead and make that change to this guy. And the reason being is that after you've gone with an extended mag release, it's really hard to go back. So we'll keep it there. All right, so the grip is stippled quite nicely. Now, one of the things that I have found that if you're out in a very messy environment and you're sweaty, this will tend to get slippery, as with most pistols out there. But as it comes from the factory, the stippling, the raised area back here, the dimples, this is really, really aggressive. And you've got this extended out here also on the mag extension. Moving up, again, like I said, the mag release, it's very, very positive like that, as you can see. Very nice. You've got this cutout area for the trigger well, and then it's also got striated areas right here on the front of the trigger guard. Now the cool thing about this is if you got a good purchase up here like this, some people like to wrap their fingers. I personally don't like to wrap my fingers. I put it like there because I'm used to getting or putting a light on here. A lot of you guys are watching my best home videos or best home defense series know that I love the P-09 for my home defense gun. And the same thing goes well with a light just like that. So if you're used to wrapping your finger, sometimes you may end up having some issues like that. But like this right here, very nicely accessed. You can go ahead and put it on right there. But that's what a Surefire X300 looks like on the P-07. Protects that muzzle, so if you got to jam it down into somebody's chest or, you know, do what you got to do, you're going to be able to protect that slide so it doesn't deactivate. Again, this particular model is equipped with the decocker so that the hammer, if you go into and you're locked open and you're ready to go, you can go ahead and decock it. The nice thing also is you can use the decocker for when you're cleaning if you don't feel like pulling the trigger. This guy right here is carried in condition 1, and that's what the Omega system is basically looking like as we talked about beforehand. So we've got a nice extended slide release out here. I would like to see these things extended a little bit more. I would love the slide stop or slide release, depending on how you work it, a little bit bigger, a little more extended. As a matter of fact, I thought about trying to provide or produce one that actually rode out a little bit so I could utilize it a little bit more on a competition style gun. So you've got some stippling out here so that you get index points for both your finger, your thumb, and your forefinger, which is nice, just like that. Check this beaver tail out, because you know, guys, I love beaver tails, but you can really get a tight-knit purchase on that thing, and it just works real well. You got a 3-point 1913 rail up in the front as a true Picatinny or true 1913 rail, made in the Czech Republic. There we go, all the way across. Very nice, attractive firearm. The trigger has been relieved. It's not quite as curved as most of your traditional CZ75s or CZs, which really makes it nice for a tactical situation or competition. Now the trigger on this thing is very smooth, not bad. I'm actually tempted in leaving this thing into the decocker mode, but I don't think we will. And while we've got it cocked like that, let's go ahead and take a look and see what this looks like. Now this particular pistol has only had about 100 rounds shot through it so far. No failures, of course. And she's just a tad over 4.5 pounds. I don't spend a whole lot of time on that. Now we're talking about the nitride finish. You've got the nice bevel cuts right here, and here you've got slide serrations in the front and the rear. Talking about the hammer is really nice. You've got these cocking serrations right here, so you're able to get a really good hold on it. If you're unable to go ahead and go into double action mode, or you want to just go ahead and put it in single action, you can pull that real quickly and bam, just like that. Now, I'm not going to go over a double action pull on it because it's, you know, hey guys, it's a double action pull on a standard issue gun. It's probably about 10.5, 13 pounds, somewhere in between there. Now, this particular model comes with a threaded barrel and a raised suppressor sights. These are tritium filled, and they are bright. They are bright, bright, bright. They're some of the brightest night sights, and the guys who own these things they can attest to it. When you got this thing sitting across the room, you can honestly take a look at it. Now, as I said, the Scab Ugly makes a really cool aftermarket, and I'm trying to talk him into producing these things, and they're not as easy, but he's got one of the coolest ones. It looks like the Han Solo end of his gun. But if you take a look at it right there, like I said, I think it's a 4.89 inch barrel, something of that nature. It is Cold Hammer forged, but just take a look at the beautiful slide on this thing. Gorgeous. And as far as I'm concerned, like I said a long time ago, this is a pure combat gun. So is this one right here, just a little bit shorter, both in length and height. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're going to go ahead and take it apart. I'm going to show you the internals. I'm not going to really go over the specifics of basically other than just how to break it down. But you get 2 index points right here. We're going to go ahead and take this little area right here, and it's just the slide lock. Well, knucklehead. I'm just going to give that a little nudge right there. There's a little stickly there at the point, and just go ahead and bring it out with your finger. Now, the nice thing is you can just bring that out. All right, so that's what the internal pieces look like. Here we go. This is a polymer guide rod in this thing, and a lot of people go ahead and they change those out. But look at the barrel, the slide lock up. It's a true Browning design. It's absolutely beautiful. Slide is absolutely gorgeous. So that's what the inside of it looks like. Nothing really, nothing too much to get excited about. Still got the Cosmoline and the oil set up on it. Like I said, this particular pistol's only had about 100 rounds put through it so far, which essentially makes it almost brand new. To put it back together again, you just go ahead and slide it. Now the cool thing about it, in true CZ form, it has a full slide rail right there, and it is inside the lower frame, so as you can see right there. Put it back together. Just go ahead and match up your index points right there. Drop the slide release in or slide lock. Put it in there just like that, and there you go. Push it up to capture, slide it down. Barrel's floating. There you go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this back on here. A lot of people like to put some Teflon tape on the thread protector. Some people just elect to remove it during shooting and competition just to ensure that they don't lose it. All right, so one of the other points we want to look at is the overall weight. Anybody want to know the difference between the weight factors in the P-09 and a P-07? I'm getting ready to show you. Let's let that zero out. So a P-09 with the magazine unloaded comes in at 2 pounds 3 ounces. The P-07 unloaded with the magazine is 1 pound 12 ounce 1 pound 12.6 ounces. So there you go. Altogether, just a beautiful little guys. There we go. All right, so that's basically it, guys. In a nutshell, this is the CZ P-07. Very simple, very easy, 9mm, and it's just a great little hand cannon. One of the things that I just love is the functionality of it, double action, single action. I love the shape and the form, and I do love the fact that I've got a big one sitting right here. So with that being said, leave your comments down below if you like the video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so. We'll end it like this. Sport red, white, and blue. Stand up for that national anthem. God bless America. God bless His men, women in uniform, 24/7 for our freedom. Because freedom comes with 9mm. Isn't that fun? Good boy to 32 out.